80% of the people want Saturday delivery.
You want it
Oh
off.
wait, did you hear the other survey? 80% don't want Saturday delivery. You didn't hear that either?
Depends on
Oh,
who you listen to.
apparently, one was from management, oh, the other one was from, oh yeah, the union. Surprise, surprise. And guess what, the union, did they want to end Saturday delivery?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. No, they didn't. Of course they wanted Saturday delivery. Well, so what is up with this whole Saturday delivery? I mean, when the first announcement of this came, which is, I think it was 3 weeks ago, from our Postmaster Donahue, he stated, and it was a shock to everybody, and I'll give you the backdrop in a few minutes, but when he stated it, everybody was kind of anticipating this because probably some good PR in the last year, because everybody had questioned, well, you guys gonna end Saturday delivery? And of course, that day, or that week, actually, because it happened like on a Wednesday or Thursday, when I was just delivering Saturday, it's like, well, I thought you guys had stopped Saturday delivery, right? Well, I'll mention something right off the bat, that Mr. Donahue has got some serious game when it comes to PR. And something I would like to note, that the union is in great connection with the Republicans in one area. They stink at PR. Okay? The PR of the Republicans is self-explanatory, and the PR of the union is in such, it's like, dude, we're out of the 40s and 50s kind of communistic with the big old signs. It's like, it doesn't really get the message to the people. It's kind of like, you know, we're done with that. Just speak to us in a pleasing manner, please. And so you have some extremes there. Well, anyway, Donahue got some game because he apparently got some guys from the Ivy League colleges and telling him how to PR work. Because what happened is, he had already prepped the people through Congress asking for 6-day delivery. So he put the little nugget out there, little psychology, right? It's been going now for almost 2 years about this end of the 6-day delivery. So what happens is, congressionally, we're supposed to be open 6 days a week. Now there's a whole bunch of hubbub and there's a whole bunch of technical gobbledygook that nobody can really figure out. But what the thing is that on a constitutional mandate, you're supposed to be open 6 days a week. So what does he do? Well, he confers with his lawyers like all good people do. How are we going to get through this congressional block? Because when you have a Congress that's 9% approval rating, who doesn't want to budge, and that's the other thing about the union. Their whole reliance is on Congress moving to do something. My goodness. I'll get to that later. So, he decides after prepping the people, now's the time to lock and load and deliver. We're gonna go 5 days with this little tiny lawyer talk. And here's how it works, for those of you who are very interested. See, we're not gonna end just Saturday delivery. Like everybody, oh, there's not gonna be one postal person out there on Saturday. No, what it is that all the box sections inside the post office have to remain open, which is a congressional deal, right? Constitutionally, it has to be open. Well, the delivery of me that you see across the street is actually a postmaster implementation that took place several years later. The idea of people delivering trucks is not a congressional mandate at all. You actually were supposed to just go to the post office. Now the carriers can know everything about you. We deliver your mail, right? So that is an oversight of them. So what happens now is that we're going to deliver mail into the boxes for the clerks. And to keep people from screaming in Alaska, we're actually going to deliver all parcels on Saturday. So we will have trucks actually on Saturday if, big if, this Saturday delivery goes through. Because that already is a problem, which I'll address in a second. So what you'll wind up happening if Saturday delivery happens, people will get their pills, people will get their fruit in the boxes, but there will be no mail delivery. Will you be able to pick up, will you be able to give mail to the carrier? I have no idea at that point. I can't believe that they wouldn't accept the mail. It won't be processed that day. Time magazine, they always like to deliver the mail, their magazine, on Saturday. So one of the big beefs of the union is like, we're gonna lose 1.3 billion a year. We could lose. That's their thing, that's their phrase. We could lose. Yeah, well, it could snow in San Diego too. I mean, the idea of, what is it? Here, listen to this. Did you know that the Postal Service deficit is caused primarily by a congressional mandate requiring huge payments into a healthcare benefit? That's true. The Congress has told the post office you have to pay $11 billion a year to pre-fund a health care for retirees. But the problem is we're losing 16 billion. So you still gotta make up the $5 billion, okay? So then he says, well, did you know that Congress prevents the Postal Service from offering competitive rates to the federal government and therefore misses out on $340 million worth of business, which is about 1.5% of the money needed to make up that $5 billion deficit? Yeah. Okay, try again. So, did you know that the Postal Service gives some large mailers discounts so big it loses millions of dollars on the deals because it costs more money to deliver their mail than they're paying in postage? Well, did you know that Fred Meyer's practically makes no money when they sell their milk in the back section? What a horrible thing. Probably to get their people to come to the store. There's probably a reason for everything. Now, one of the things, it says, did you know that the plan to end Saturday delivery also involves ending collection and processing on Saturday, and will thus delay the mail even more? If you were to look at the entire union stance, it's totally fear-based. I'm going to cut right to the chase. The only reason the union wants Saturday delivery is so they can have more people in the union. It's self-interest. It's not, everybody has it. The management has it. They have their own self-interest for their own thing, and then you have the union has their own self-interest. This had when you look in the paper at 6-day delivery, it has nothing to do with good common sense. It's completely political. It's a complete political football. So, the post office is facing a considerable challenge with a $5 billion deficit every day, or every year, and I will continue. Keep flashing the light. Going from a 65-day delivery would cost us revenue. Let me just add something here. The constant fear, it's like the union at work is saying, you know, if we go from 6 days to 5 days, we're going to lose money. Really? So that means that if we went to 7-day delivery, we'd be making millions, wouldn't it? I mean, think of the ideas behind this. So, get off the fear track. And one other thing I'd like to mention is that from a practical aspect, the carriers, and this is one thing I'm really concerned about, and I'll close it up with this. When the Saturday delivery implementation gets established, if it does, and I didn't have time to address it, so that's another topic. But anyway, when this happens, the last thing you want is your pills to be delivered by a new hiree who has no clue the difference between Burdick Place and Burdick. What you want, generally, is your carrier to always be delivering your mail. So what I'm hoping happens is that they get regular carriers who've been experienced to deliver those pills that you're going to actually need. And what I don't want, and what I'm going to try to sell to at least our post office is, are you sure you want to be on the phone Monday when we're going to have an 11 or 12 hour day because we're not delivering Saturday, having to deal with the people because they didn't get their pills, right? I don't want to have to deal with that, and I know you don't. So get the people who actually know how to deliver on Saturday, which means that you're going to have an additional 8 people delivering on Saturday. So you're going to have 8 carriers. So what does that mean for overtimers like myself? That means we're never going to get a day off. That's what that means. So when people are screaming, we're going to lose hours, I say, dude, I'm never going to get a day off. That's what that means. And that's usually how it works at the Long Beach Post Office. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
David, I'd like to congratulate